Hello designers, welcome to another tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'll be showing us how to make a flared skirt using the slash and spread technique. So the skirt part of this dress was achieved using the slash and spread technique, and that's exactly what I'll be showing us in this tutorial. So right now you're going to need your basic skirt. That was a straight skirt pattern, and that is what I have here. So first of all, add 2 inches to the length of your skirt. The length of my skirt, actual skirt length, is 22, but I made it 24 because we are going to be using slash and spread, and once you use slash and spread, there's going to be a little bit of reduction in your length. So another thing I'll do is to eliminate the waist dart. So can you see I mark the waist dart that I have on the waistline, then eliminate it at the side. I'll do the same thing at the back too. So my waist measurement is 7 inches that is supposed to be there, then I'll mark it. So whatever is left, I will just try to mark it out. So because there's no need for that on this skirt, we're going to be turning into a flare skirt, so we don't need the dart. So that's why I'm eliminating the dart on this pattern. So I'll drop the link to the straight skirt pattern in the description box and also in the comment section, so check it out. So right now I'm going to be marking the slash line. So this is the line where you're going to be slashing this in order to turn it to the flare skirt that we want. So I'll mark this here. So whatever I have left there, I'm just going to mark it into 2. Do you understand? So just mark it. So you can actually rule more lines. I'm just trying to conserve my fabric, okay, manage my fabric. I intend to use just 2 yards for this, so that's why I didn't mark so much slash lines. So because I don't want to add too much excess, but you can make your flare skirt to be as wide as you want with this method, so far you had as much fullness as you want. But I'm just trying to manage my fabric by calculating it with what I have here. So I'll just cut off the excess paper on this pattern, then I'll now do my slash and spread technique. So the slash line that you marked is where you're going to be slashing open on your pattern in order to add excess. So the excess that you add is what is going to turn this to a flare skirt for you. Can you see? So I'm cutting this open. You're not going to cut to the end, just very close to the end, but not to the very end. Then I'll just go ahead to just cut the second slash lines that I have. So like I said, you can have more slash lines. So I'll get another pattern paper, and we're going to be just taping it down. So I'll be adding 10 inches to this. So that means 5 I only have 2 slash lines there, so I'll be adding just 5. So make sure you set your pattern paper very well, then you go ahead to add your fullness. So where you slash open there, you're going to be measuring what you're going to add there. So I'll be using gum to just glue it down first. You can use a masking tape. If you don't have a glue, you can use your masking tape to tape this side down. So once you have been able to glue this side down, then you can now measure the fullness that you want to add. So the fullness I want to add to this is 10. So I'll first add the first 5. Okay, so I label this the number 1, 2, and 3, so that I'll be able to know, even if the end tears off, I'll be able to know that this side is this. So I added 5 inches here. Can you see I marked 5 inches? Then I'll just go ahead to bring it towards this part, then glue it down on this side here. Okay, can you see? So that's what I have there. Then the second one, the other side there, I'll still do the same thing. So you're just going to repeat the process for the back too. So I will just mark 5 inches on this other side too. So that means I add excess of 10 inches to this, and is a straight skirt. So what I have on this pattern is 9 inches already. So 9 plus 10, that's 19. I know this is the front. I'm going to cut it on fold, so that's going to make it 30 or 19. That's 90. That's around 38, right? That's 38. So I just use a little bit above 2 inches, 2 yards for this. So if I have like 3 yards of fabric, I would have added more. Okay, just more, but because I'm using a little bit above 2 yards of fabric, so that's why I only added extra 10 inches to this. So I'm just trying to tape this down, make sure everything is laying flat very well, and just go ahead to just cut off the excess pattern paper you're going to have here. So make sure at the top they're very close to each other, there is no excess there. So at the I'm trying to check what I have there, if everything is balanced and everything is really balanced there. So at the hem, make sure you connect them together. Can you see? I'll connect them together there. Then I'll go ahead to cut off the excess paper. So after that, yeah, so I'll just go ahead to do the same thing for the back. So I'll just repeat the same process that I did at the front, also at the back too. So the center front here, I'll be cutting it on fold like I told us. The front, I'll be cutting it on fold. It is the back that you're going to be cutting two pieces. So just repeat the same process that you did at the front at your back too. So it's the same fullness that I added to the front. I added 5 5, just like I did at the front is what I'm going to do at the back too. So just add this. So you can use this method to calculate your amount of fabric you're going to use. Let's say if I added 10 to this, that will be 20 on this half scale plus the hip measurement, that will be 29. So 29 in two places, that's going to be around 50 something. So and 50, that's 50, I think 52 or thereabout, or 58. Okay, so that's 58 for the front back, and also the front 58 too. So it's going to be, I'll be needing around close to 4 inch yards to make this, close to 4 yards to make this. But because I'm trying to be conservative with my fabric, I'm managing it, so that's why I only did 10 inches there. So with this method, you can calculate your fabric and know exactly what you're going to need. So I'm done with the back here. Can you see? Just cutting off the excess. It's the same process with the front that I did at the back too. So I'll just go ahead to just cut this. So I'll be showing now. So let's say I'll be adding this to half bodies, but let's say you want to make this as a skirt. You're going to be marking out your band from this skirt, which I will be showing us how you're going to mark out your band. Okay, let's say you want to make this as a skirt, not adding it to half bodies to make it a dress. So this is what you're going to do, which I'll be showing us now. So cut two pieces for the back. Okay, you're going to cut two pieces for the back, then I'll show us how to mark out your band if you're making a skirt. So I'll use this pattern to cut out my fabric. Can you see I've cut out my fabric now? But let me show us how to cut out the band. So this is the pattern here. So we're going to be cutting out the band. So you're going to determine how wide you want your band to be. Between 1.5 or 2 inches is okay for your band. I think I might mark 2 inches here. So after you just mark it, just connect it on the waistline. Can you see how I'm connecting it here? So you cut it. Okay, you're going to cut it. So at the back too, you're going to mark the same thing and you're going to cut it out. So what you cut out is actually your band. So if you, or this, just the same way you cut out your fabric is the same way you're going to cut your band. The band at the back will be two pieces, while the band at the front will be cut on fold. So just make sure you do your signs on your pattern to know which, how you're going to do it. Can you see? So I will just cut this out here. So let's just say this is, if I'm making a flare skirt here, so these are going to cut out your band. Can you see? So you just cut out your band. So make sure everything is in place like this. So you're going to place your band on your fabric and cut it out. So you just make sure you do your correct labeling. Labeling is very important, because if you do not label, it's going to, you're going to have some mix up, which is not going to, not going to make your work to really come out really nice. Yeah, so that's just the labeling that I did there. So now let's go ahead to sew our skirts. So the sewing process is just very simple. Just remove your pattern there and just pin it together at the side. Okay, open up the front, then you go ahead to just pin the back by the side. So after pinning by the side, you introduce it to your half bodies, you join it together, and then you sew your zip at it. Easy peasy, right? So that's what we have. So I'll just go ahead to sew this now. So here I've joined this together at the side. Okay, after you join it together at the side, so make sure you iron. Ironing is just going to make your work to be very, very easier. So after you've ironed it, then if you're using a band, just go ahead to fix your zipper at the back, then you fix your band. But I'm going to be joining this to the curved bustier that I have made. So I've uploaded this video for this curved bustier already, so just check out the previous or video, or I'm going to link it down in the comment section. So check the comment section for the link to this curved bustier that I make. So make sure when you're joining the half bodies to this, they align at the side. Okay, the side is very important for them to align, so make sure they align there. This is what I have. Can you see this beautiful skirt? So in the next tutorial, I'll show us how to make the sleeves. So if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that I can get notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. So thank you, see you in the next tutorial.